Dobra, jedziemy.
Zakorkowani. Korea od zaplecza.
Hello everybody, my name is Anna Sawinska.
And my name is Leszek Moniuszko.
In June 2013, we launched a podcast about South Korea called Zakorkowani. Every second Monday, we publish our discussions regarding Korean society, but we also try to share our own personal experiences here, as we have lived in the country for many, many years.
Our podcast attracted quite an impressive attention from many people. Those interested in Korea, but also from those interested in other cultures in general.
For example, we were asked to make this video.
Yes, and through this video interview, we will try to answer questions that were prepared by K-pop Europe portal that brings K-pop to Europe. And Mrs. Magdalena Bomba, that is the originator of this portal, contacted us to make this video.
So let's get down to it.
Let's get down to it.
Zakorkowani has been created by me and Leszek. As I mentioned before, my name is Anna Sawinska. I came to Korea in year 2002, invited by Samsung Electronics, who sponsored my studies at Korea University and then employed me for 3 years. At this moment, I am working for the second largest shipyard in South Korea called Daewoo Shipbuilding and Marine Engineering. And in my free time, I usually focus on sharing my Korean experiences. I write a blog about Korea called W Korei I nie tylko. I travel as much as possible. I scuba dive, but I also try to learn traditional Korean arts. For example, I try to sing pansori, that's a Korean traditional singing. In my free time, I also meet Leszek, and we try to make this podcast for our listeners.
My adventure with Korea started in 2007, although for a longer stay I came in 2009 when I got accepted for the Korean government scholarship program. Through this program I studied Korean language for 1 year, and then for 2 years I studied master's degree. I graduated from Joseon University on the south part of Korea. After that I was accepted to one of the biggest consumer electronics company in Korea and in the world. In my free time I don't do much, but if I have some more free time I meet my Korean friends and usually we drink soju. I also write 2 blogs about Korea. One is telling about my life in Korea and the second is strictly about Korean food. So if you're interested, you are more than invited to see. And also with Anya I started recently to do this blog Zakorkowani. The idea about creating this audio blog came from both of us. Anna was getting ready to write her new book that will be about Polish-Korean couples' lives. And getting ready to this book, she was making interviews with few couples. We talked about this topic few times, and I asked her, why don't we interview each other and post it online? This is how Zakorkowani started.
To answer the second part of the question, each new episode is aired every Monday on our audio blog www.zakorkowani.podomatic.com, and on that audio blog our listeners can read the contents of each and every podcast. We then copy the link to our fan page so that everybody can be easily updated about new episodes. The idea behind the podcast was not only to talk about Korea in a more user-friendly way, but also to keep in touch with our mother tongue, which is Polish. We noticed that after many years here, we started losing touch with our own language, and it started getting more and more difficult to actually express ourselves the way we were used to. On the other hand,
Yes, as well as we know the beauty of Polish language, we also have the untamed desire for money and fame. I don't know about you, but I have this desire. That's why we need our fan group to grow. That's why we also need your help. Please share our podcasts to other friends. So maybe in the future, near or far, wherever you are, like Celine Dion was singing in her Oscar song, maybe we'll also prepare some podcasts in English.
my first book, called W Korei, was released in 2012, and it is a sort of a compilation of essays regarding life of a young woman who is thrown into totally unknown culture. It is a very personal book, as I wrote my own experiences, my errors and trials, the way I discovered the Korean culture. It has to be remembered that in 2012 there were virtually no blogs, no face-to-face information about South Korea. So really I had to discover each and every element of the culture by myself. The book is very personal and shows sort of transformation of a young woman into a person that adapted quite well into the Korean culture. My second book, as you mentioned, Leszek, before, it's going to be a little bit less personal, but it's going to be personal in a way that it will show lives of mixed couples, and especially couples Polish and Koreans. I'm going to make, I did already a couple of interviews with them, and to kind of show whether there is some pattern, how Koreans behave in mixed couples, etc.
Yes. If it comes to me, I'm not really a good writer, I think, so I wasn't thinking about writing anything myself. I don't have as much inspiration as Anna has, so maybe not my own book, but actually we started to work with Anna on some project, some book-like project that if we try hard enough, maybe we will deliver this baby book by Zakorkowani within next year. I think it is and it isn't at the same time. I know that this is the answer that you expected, but if we look closer at Korea, you can see many similarities to Poland, and at the same time you can see that this country is incomparably different from our mother country. Therefore, if you come here, you can't come and point out all the things that you agree or do not agree about something, because you will get sick of Korea very fast. You have to come here and just try to understand. You have to have a lot of acceptance, tolerance and understanding for this country to really enjoy your stay here. I think I have this tolerance and a lot of patience for Koreans and for Korean culture. Do you?
If I have,
Yes.
I do think so. I actually think that it can prove to be very difficult for any nationality, for Polish or for any other citizen of any another country. Being a foreigner in Korea really requires a lot of patience, a lot of self-possessions, not to sort of express emotions really easily. One has to give a lot of credit of trust to Koreans, especially in situations that in our mind can be interpreted very easily as black and white. Sometimes there is some gray involved. I believe that you have to have a certain type of character to actually match the Korean society. I believe that only certain type of character can really blossom here. From my perspective, surprisingly, there are quite a few similarities between Polish and Koreans. As you may know, there is a stereotype about Polish being always unhappy, being always complaining always about everything. In Korea, it's a little bit the same. When asked, Koreans would rather say bad things or negative things, than happy things. Basically, in Korean society, it is a little bit not well looked upon if someone basically expresses too strong opinions or emotions in either of the ways. So in that sense, we are a little bit the same.
Yes, and continue your thought. There are even more similarities between our countries. Let's look at the history. Our country was ripped by the neighbor countries during the war. There was killing, there was crime on humanity. The same or similar situation was in Korea during the war with Japan, when Japan soldiers came, killed, destroyed Korean people. And also, Koreans like to ask me if I don't like Russians or I don't like Germans as they don't like Japanese people. Of course, I say I love my neighbor countries. And the other similar thing is food. Many Koreans think that Polish bigos is very similar to Korean most famous dish, which is kimchi stew made of fermented cabbage. On the other hand, our pierogi, which is the Polish dumplings, is very similar to Korean dumplings called mandu. So I think there are few familiarities
Between our countries.
Between our countries, yes. And like to summarize my thought, sometimes when I use subway and I look at Korean people, I also think that they almost look like Polish people, but just with the Asian features. Being in Korea for such a long time caused that nothing surprised me. So sometimes I forget that for other people, even for my family, living in here is such an exotic and kind of amazing thing that many people want to know about it. So when some TV or radio or other media contact me to ask about something, to ask about Korean lives or anything that is connected with the country that I live now, I'm always happy to help. I don't know when will be the next chance for me to go on air, but I hope pretty soon.
We are on air now.
Yes.
In my case, I've always wanted to be a journalist. So recently when radio contacted me, when I appeared on TV, that was a really great experience for me, something that I've always wanted to do. So I really did love it. I must say that I am open always to help, to share my experience. That's why I actually write my blog, to tell people how other world can really look like. So I'm also very proud of the fact that if there is any request, if there is any question, anything someone wants from me regarding Korea, I always try to reply, to advise and to help. So if there is another opportunity, I am available.
So for everybody who wants to know anything about Korea, please contact us on email, on Facebook or anything. You can even write letters to us if you ask our address. And also the message to the world's media, if you need us to appear on your TV, please also contact us.
After so many years in Korea, I think I know and understand a lot about the culture, but I must say that K-pop, Korean music industry, the product of that industry, is a big mystery to me. I guess it might be the question of my age, maybe, or my taste. But usually I'm not really interested by the youngsters dancing on the floor. However, I have my favorite Korean bands and singers that can be Lee Sang or Yoonmire. I really think they are great artists. I do believe that they contribute to the Korean art, and I really do respect them.
I don't know if I can help, which is very bad, I know, because you are the people who are interested in K-pop. But I also don't really listen to the newest K-pop songs. I actually didn't really like the Gangnam Style by Psy, and I think Anna, she also didn't like it. But I don't listen to certain artists, but I listen to few songs. I like some songs by Taeyang or by Big Bang Group. I like some rap song by Tablo. And sometimes I like to listen some songs by the girls bands, but as I said, I don't really know all the names of the groups or of the singers. I just listen to few songs, and I think it's like Korean K-pop industry is very hard to follow because there is so many new songs, new artists appearing every day or every 6 months even,
Right.
that it's very hard to follow. So we just
We just are. I think that we understand how the entertainment industry works, but we are not really familiar with the final product of such.
yes. Since I got my brand new 47-inch TV last summer, I started to... I know Anna is always laughing about that, but I'm really proud about my TV. And so I got this TV and I started to watch some dramas, but I'm not a really big fan of it because there is so much drama in the Korean dramas. You watch it and there is fighting, there is crying, there is beating, there is divorcing, and there are some strange stories about even suicidal stories. So I don't really enjoy. If it comes to Korean movies, I think the Korean movie industry is very good. They make a lot of good movies. I cannot really recall any certain movies, but I remember that I saw a few that I really liked. And what is important to mention here, I think that Korean movies and Korean actresses and actors are so famous that they appear even in Hollywood recently.
Right. In my case, I don't have TV at home, so it's a total opposite approach. So that's why I don't watch TV. I'm not really familiar with any type of dramas, Korean dramas in particular. But I happened to watch one Korean soap opera called Secret Garden. I must say, I really did enjoy it because it was a very interesting plot when a man and woman changed their souls. So basically, it was a very interesting experiment in a very patriarchal, the masculine society. So I did watch that. I really did enjoy it. I do like Korean movies, same as you. The first movie I watched was by Kim Ki-duk, and that was the 나쁜 남자, the bad guy. I was absolutely shocked by that movie, but my then Korean boyfriend told me that if I understand the movie, I will understand the Korean society. So it really did intrigue me a lot. There are a lot of other really great movies by Korean directors. I do prefer movies that are psychological or some kind of a sensational movies. I am not really familiar, but also I'm not really happy or glad to watch Korean comedies because, well, the taste is a little bit, the humor is a little bit different.
But I saw one Korean comedy called Banga Banga, which was comedy about foreigners in Korea. So it was pretty familiar for us. So it was quite nice. We answered all the questions that were forwarded by K-Pop Europe portal. We would like to thank all of the people that support us, that are our fans. And also we would like to thank K-Pop Europe for this opportunity to make this video.
If you have any suggestions, opinions, or would like to comment, please do so. We will be always very happy to receive your feedback. And in the meantime, we would like to invite you to listen to our podcasts every second Monday.
And if you missed some podcasts that we posted before, go to our website and check it.
Zakorkowani o Korei z pierwszej ręki.
Dobra.
Dobra.
Stój tu.
Nie, no chodź,
nagrywamy?
żeby nagrywamy i zobaczymy. Dobra, co też powiemy.
Będą się z nas śmiać na pewno.
Też możesz sobie coś zrobić z włosami, bo masz takie jakieś, nie wiem, zobacz, dobrze?
A o co ci chodzi w ogóle?
Ty masz takie ulizane.
Jaki jest mój koncept?
Musisz... Ja jestem taka no to musisz być taki alternatywny.
Przesuń się trochę w lewo już, w twoje prawo. Nie, trochę w lewo. No to za dużo, to wcześniej... No dobra, okej, dobra.
W tą stronę. Dalej, żeby napis nie był
Nie
widać. O,
widać?
teraz widać. And Zakorkowani with Anna.
Dlaczego ja jestem na samym końcu, to nie wiem.
O co ci chodzi?
Zdrajca.
No już go.
I coś... Nie no, bo to tak jakbyś zapomniał, że się ja się przedstawiam, to ty się przedstawiasz, rozumiesz? Tak to działa.
Nie, dobra.
No chyba, że ja
Mr. Będę im mówił, że to jest ich slogan, bez sensu w ogóle. Nie umiem się wysłowić po angielsku.
No właśnie, widzę. Może... Nie no i co? No to problem. Dlaczego? Denerwujesz się?
Właśnie się denerwuję, że to po angielsku jest, no. Przecież...
Już się włosy spłaszczyły.
Dobra.
Dobrze co? Nie są jakieś ten?
Tak, są dobrze.
Tak?
Drzwi musimy zamknąć, chyba czy nie?
No dobra, to i tak będzie próba.
Dobra.
Luzik, próba, tak?
Mhm.
Interview.
Yes, by this interview.
No już było tak
No
dobrze.
wiem właśnie, ale i tak się zacząłem to trochę.
Monday on our audio blog called almost being impossible.
Da się wysikać. Zostaw.